Okay, boys and girls, welcome to Camp Shohola. La, 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 la. Deep, deep, deep in the heart of La La Land. All right!
I said, Rob, Pop Barger built men. And that was what Shohola is all about, and it's still here. I feel the spirit of all of those people who were here in 1948. They're here right now in the spirit of Kit and Duncan and all of you. And I'm so glad to be here and so happy. I feel like I've never left.
And it's hard to believe it's just pretty much exactly the same. Nothing changes.
Well, it's great playing hockey for me because this is where my NHL career started. And being a leading scorer for the Capitals, I know that my roots come from right here.
It's great being back here playing, having 2 kids here now, and having spent so many years here. It's just the best and great memories.
I've played with almost all of these guys before. Most of them have gotten better since then, and I have gotten worse. But we're all trying to relive our Camp Shohola dreams from when we were kids and thought we were hot shots. So it's fun to get out here and elbow around a little bit, you know, foul each other a little, taunt each other a little bit, and see who's still got game after all these years.
I was a camper, started back here in 1965, and then I came up 10 years ago. I brought my son up, and he came the next year. So he's back here now for the 10th reunion. He was a counselor, and now he was a camper, and then he was a counselor, and so now he's come back to the reunion.
I was a camper here from like 1959 to 61, and then a counselor from 62 to 64, and taught riflery.
I love Silver Shop. I loved all the land sports, definitely the water sports. Loved water skiing and kayaking, windsurfing, sailing for the first time ever.
The relationships you form not only as friends and people running the camp at Bargers, your fellow counselors, your fellow campers, but the people who are your campers as well grow up and become your friends.
There's not a chance in the world that I could have been, however successful I have been, all right, without my experience here at Camp Shohola.
This is Chris Capobianco, Frank Stiff, Mark Sherbo. We were here in the 70s, my brother and I, and then actually my father and uncle were here in the 40s. So I left in 1975 after 5 years. My brother continued as a counselor through the early 80s.
Life lessons that you learn here, you'll take throughout your life. It helped me make me what I am today. The lessons, learning to deal with people, learning to sit and talk and to do all the different sports and just make the friendships and come back up here for each of these reunions and see people you haven't seen. Take advantage of this, enjoy it.
For me, I think it just was a real, I just learned many life skills. I learned to love camping and just to love the outdoors, and none of that was the kind of thing that I did at home with my family or parents or anything like that. So this was just an incredible oasis every summer, a way to get away and just do all kinds of things that I would never do the rest of my life, and that I remember. It's amazing how quickly it all comes back to you.
Shohola's been a huge part of my life. I came here not really having many legit friends. The friends I had back home, made fun of me and didn't really, give me the respect that I really, deserved or anything. To come in here, had a fresh, clean slate, and I've, some of the friends I made, it's, long lasting, and, I really couldn't say how much this camp means, not only to me, but to my family. It's kind of crazy.
It was a 65th reunion moment that I wanted to share with all of you when I truly realized why when we say Shohola family, that rings true. And I was actually caught at a table eating at a meal with none other than Kit Barger, Sam Stein, and John Gibson. And at the time, Kit was of another generation, Sam had been a head counselor during my years, and John Gibson was a former camper of mine. And we were sitting around a table, and the conversation, whether it be politics, sports, general things about Camp Shohola, was going on, and we were carrying a conversation as if nothing was abnormal. And in society, if you get a table of those 4 kind of people, you get looks. It is not right, it is not normal, and it doesn't happen in everyday society. However, it was at that moment that I made the revelation that the only place I had experienced that type of thing, where there was no generational gap between people and conversation, was around the Thanksgiving table, or the Christmas table, or a Hanukkah table with your family, when Grandpa was on the same level as your aunties and uncles, and on the same level you were on was with your younger cousins. And that is truly when I knew Camp Shohola was a family, and I thank Sam, I thank Kit, I thank John, and all of you for being part of my family.
Okay, the words to taps, if you don't know them, are day is done, gone the sun, from the lake, from the hills, from the sky, all is well, safely rest, God is nigh. Day is done, from the sun, from the lakes, from the hills, from the sky, all is well, safely rest.